So I bought this car 20 years ago. In March of 1999, I purchased this Saturn. It's brand new off the lot in Vancouver, Washington, the home of Willie Nelson, and a suburb of Portland, Oregon. Anyway, it was my first new car and my last new car. Before that, I had a little piece of crap Volvo and an old 64 Chevy Impala. Long story short, when I bought this car, it was my baby. It was everything to me, honestly. It has a lot of sentimental memories in it. I drove it from Vancouver, Washington, all the way to Vancouver, British Columbia to enter my first pro contest. It drove through the city of Portland a zillion times before hipsters took it over. I mean, you know, thread the needle that city a million times. It went to Seattle, Washington. It went to Boise, Idaho. It went to Spokane, Washington. It went to Pullman, Washington. It got to see Bend, Oregon several times. Got to see Southern Oregon several times. It went to San Francisco several times. And then finally, when I moved down to San Diego, it saw San Diego, of course. It drove all over San Diego and heck and back. It got to see LA. It parked on the street in front of Sue Trin and Cooper Wilt and Chris Haslam's apartment. I used to cover my VIN number when I parked dirty with it. Thank you, Sue, for that trip. I used to drive it over the Bay Bridge, playing crazy heavy metal with the windows down, eating pizza with Lindsay Podzamek. I had all kinds of crazy times with it. And also, most importantly, we drove it all the way to Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, all the way from the West Coast. You know, it's seen a lot of the country, from where it was made in Tennessee to where it was housed in Seattle to when it was driven down to the dealership because it was a special order because of the plum purple paint job. Also, it was published in a issue of the Skateboard Mag back in 2004. There I am in South Central LA, right there, playing with the flexi panels that you can't dent with this crazy hood gangster kid. Came up to us. That's Ty Evans, Scott Johnson, and Eric Costin. Eric Costin, Scott Johnson, and Ty Evans were all just tripped out by this kid. I was there being my normal spaz self. We were hanging out on the side of the street after skating a spot, and this kid came up and he didn't believe me that you couldn't dent a Saturn. He didn't believe me that the panels were flexi. That was like the main selling point of these cars, is you could run up to them and you could, like, you know, push them in and they wouldn't dent, you know. So that was the big selling point for Saturn at the time. It's still a very sentimental vehicle for me, but it's finally kicked the dirt and it's finally died. It's, you know, 20 years is a long time for any car. It's held together by duct tape. It's got like bumpers that are hanging off because of Ron Kelly's shitty parking lot and his stupid like giant rebar hanging out. So I tried to glue it back together and went to shit in a handbasket. It's got a license plate that fell off from a car going fakey into it. It's got a fucked up interior.
That was my fault.
Tore out shit. Like, there's like sidelines that are torn out of it. Like, literally side panels are all thrashed. And you know, it's seen some crazy shit, man. I lost the face for the head unit. I don't know where the fuck I put that, honestly. It's you know, it's super booty, but also blows blue smoke. It's like fucking, like some bad valves, bad. So yeah, it blows a bunch of blue smoke. It's got a head gasket issue. It's got a valve issue. It's, you know, it definitely gets you high when you drive it because the carbon monoxide poisoning, leaky exhaust when you drive it, the windows up, you get sick. It's I mean, it does run, which is insane. I mean, you know. One of the coolest features about this car is the third door option. I thought that was so neat. When I bought this car, I thought this was the real peek-a-boodle, you know? It was so rad. Now it's just kind of like a passe thing, but 3 doors, you know, freaking heat still works. Whoa, whoa, Jesus, that was awesome. Wow, that was awesome. Turn the heat on. Woo, gonna die from that. It smells awesome out here. There's no bugs within 100 yards of this car right now. Every bug died, literally. We just exterminated every bird, every bug. Oh shit, but we ran over. But 20 years of the Saturn, to 2 decades straight of me driving this sucker. I have not owned another car in the past 20 years but the Saturn. So yeah, Saturns are amazing cars. They'll last you 20 years. And you know, if you take care of them, that is. Even though this one obviously is beat down, destroyed, and kicked, and fucked with. Little 3-door Saturn, man. Rest in peace to the Saturn. The Saturn! Rest in peace, little brat. Oh. Here's your new owner, Joey. Living the dream, man. Living the dream. So Joey Joey right here, he's about to take over the reins of the Sat to the Urn. He's about to take it over. And yeah, man, this glass was put in by my friend John because the window got busted out in Fairfax by an errant baseball. You know, this bumper got messed up from that old parking lot at the old shop, as you remember. The Ron Kelly curb block messed it all up.
Sheet metal screws.
You know, yeah, man. Yeah, that's what you need, some sheet metal screws, exactly, or some zip ties. I duct taped this shut because it was leaking, but it doesn't leak anymore. And if you come over to the trunk, if you open up the trunk, it's got the quarts of oil in it. It needs a quart of oil. Every time you fill up the gas, it's kind of like it's insulin, and it keeps going. So yeah, there you go. It's got 2 quarts of brand new oil in there for you, so you can take care of it. And down here's your spare tire. I checked the air in it like back in the fall. It's good to go. Yeah, that's your trunk. You got some speaker wires and things back there if you want to hook up an amp or anything like that. If you want to get crazy, not like you do, but. All right, Joey, enjoy the car, man.
I surely will. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, bro, have fun with it, dude. Bye, little brat. Take care, Drew. Woo! Smell that thing leave.